Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the Culture News. My name is David Serero, and I have the pleasure today on Spotify to have the great honor to have the wonderful artist, T. McRae. Let me spell it for you. It's the letter T, M-C, Crae, C-R-A-E. You can listen to his great music right around the corner on Spotify. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? He's right now on the phone, live from New York. Mr. T. McRae, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm enjoying. I appreciate you guys having me on your show, and I'm excited about introducing my music to your audience, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, you know what? We appreciate the opportunity from you, and our audience is definitely your audience, because I'm sure they're going to love you already. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have listened to our dear artist, T. McRae, on Spotify, because he became quite popular there. But now let's know a little bit more about him. So a couple of questions for you, T. McRae. First of all, I would love to know, can you tell me, because we know that before you write your original material, you sing a lot of covers, right? So name me one famous song that you love to re-record.
Oh, wow. I'd love to record, let's see. There's a song by Dinah Ross and I believe the Temptations, and it's I actually did like a cover for it, but I haven't really put it out there, but I did do it as a cover, but it's called I did it as a cover, just as a cover song for Instagram. But I would love to actually re-record it, because I think it's a beautiful record. It's called "I'm Gonna Make You Love Me," and it's a duet. Would you say a duet between the Supremes, Dinah Ross and the Supremes, and the Temptations? It's called "I'm Gonna Make You Love Me," but it's a beautiful song. And even though the funny thing about it, even though it's like it goes back to the '60s, I believe, that song, but it's such a beautiful melody that I hear where you can really make it something. You can make it modern for today, and people would fall in love with it again, even in the 2000s.
Yeah.
2000. What is this? Almost 20.
It's
a beautiful record. So that's. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, that's just one of the ones that I thought about. But there's so many, I just can't think of too many right now. But there's many that I'm
sorry.
He has a bunch. Yeah,
I caught you off guard.
Oh, he has one called Saturn that I love.
But one thing, and you're so right about the songs in the old days. Is that no matter, first of all, in these days, music was music. You could really people would cry literally on the song, and it was songs where people were dancing, and there was love, and these songs are so well written that you can sing them in any ways you want. It will always sound amazing. This is really a songwriting craft, and I love that on your last record, Love Bop, you're working with some songwriters who really know the craft. So that leads to one of my questions. What would you say as some of the key components that sets you, T. McRae, apart from the typical artists we're hearing and seeing in social media and in the music industry these days?
I think for me, right now you have a lot of great music. You have a lot of great music now, but I guess for me, I try to stay as authentic to myself and to my craft as possible. A lot of artists right now, traditionally a lot of artists have to kind of pave that way when they're first starting out, and they have to kind of do, maybe the type of music that they don't really necessarily, it's not necessarily their style in particular, but for me, it's very important that I, keep integrity in my music and really give R&B. I'm definitely of now, and I definitely love the mixture of pop and the hip hop and mixed in with the R&B. That's fine, but at the same time, it's important for me to be authentic in my music, and that I'm giving something that I feel really good about. But part of that has to do with being able to fund your own career, and that, that was another aspect of navigating the music industry, learning how to, find creative ways to fund my career, and working on different streams of income so that I can be able to have more say in what I put out there. And I've done a lot of work independently as an artist, specifically because I wanted to put my own stamp on my music and have the say over what really gets released. But that took some time to really realize, but the great thing nowadays, you have artists have a lot more freedom in terms of what they can, if they have the funds and they have the income, they can actually kind of really cultivate their own career, and they have more control. And you do have to work with other, when those opportunities come, you do have to, work and, be able to give. You have to give and take, with situations when people want to work with you as well, because sometimes, you're working with someone who wants to work with you. But, overall, I think as artists of today, you really can take control of your career by, being able to fund your career. And you also don't want to be exclusively independent. You want to be open to other opportunities. But it's good at this point in time in history, with the internet and all the opportunities you have to promote and market yourself. I think, as an independent artist, you can do pretty well for yourself, but you have to really know the business. You have to have a great team around you, that's taking care of the marketing, taking care of the promoting, and really putting your name out there. But yeah, I would say that, back to your question, I would say that sets me apart from maybe some artists that don't have as much creative control over their music because they have someone else funding their music for them. They have someone paying for everything, even though, it's really hard nowadays for an artist to really get that sort of financial support until they're at, someone has heard of them and they've really market themselves, and they have great social media numbers. And so that's pretty much for everybody now. There used to be a time where, you had a great talent and you got, people ready to sign you immediately. But we know that has changed, and we know the music industry has changed a lot over the last 10 years. So for the most part, as artists, a lot of starting out, you do have to fund your own career now. But that's hard, and that was a hard thing for me. But, you have to kind of learn ways to creatively bring in money so that you can fund your career and have some sort of creative control. And otherwise, you're going to be waiting forever if you don't do that. So, because it's kind of, the tables have kind of turned. But in a sense, it's a great thing because it gives you more creative control where you can kind of do your own thing.
That is so right, and I hope a lot of the young artists who are listening to the interview would definitely follow your footsteps, because it's absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure your fans do not only purchase your music, but it's also a way to support yourself, and it's also a way to support all your creativity. And talking about fans, name one of the nicest things a fan has ever said or done to you.
For me, as an artist, and I think people who consider themselves artists, who consider themselves to be artists, and artist meaning you have a really passion for music and you really want to touch people through your music, not to make it sound too corny, but but definitely I would say, and I would assume that most artists who consider themselves to be an artist will love when someone says, your music has, your music has really affected me in a positive way. Your music has really touched me. It brightened my day. I really felt that, because as artists, that's what we live to do. That's what we live to hear, to hear people say, I really felt that song. I really got it. It really touched me, and that's what we work so hard for, is to really, to know that people get it, that the audience gets it and gets your talent, your gift that you want to share with them, that you want to share. And for me, a fan there could be no greater compliment than someone saying, that song really, really touched me. It got me through a difficult time. It really made me feel. It really gave me hope. It inspired me to want to follow my dreams. Or it inspired me to. It just motivated me to feel like, okay, I can do anything. And I think most artists whether they admit it or not, they love that. When the audience really gets the music and they really feel what you're doing, there's no greater gift, because it's like that's the whole purpose of why we do what we do. You know, it's for people to feel that music that we're creating.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. And I want to say, when you go on your website and you go on the music page, I really, really love your design. I really love your visuals, the artwork that you put, so creative. And I love, everything about you, everything that you're doing. And I definitely, I'm asking.
I would credit that to my marketing guy. He put it together for me.
But behind it, there was also there are also your directions and what you are inspiring yourself to the guy who has designed it for you. So a lot of credit.
It's like
still.
Thank you so much I appreciate your compliment. I appreciate that compliment. I sincerely do. But I can give the credit to my website guy, and he's a very talented guy. He also does promoting and marketing for me, and he's put the website together. As I said earlier, it kind of takes a village to really get things together. When I first started out in the industry, I was like mostly doing everything on my own, and it's hard to it's like now with the responsibility being so much on the artist, you have to have a team, and now that I have a team, things are coming together really well. But it takes time. But it definitely, you can't do it without a team. And each component to that team, they have to know what they're doing. They have to be really, really proficient and sufficient in what they're doing. And you'll get when it's that way, you'll get good results. So
exactly.
I definitely accredit. Yeah, the website.
What's the name of your guy?
Really thank you for that.
Tell us his name.
Oh, his name is Buchanan, Mr. Buchanan. Gosh. No.
Well, we definitely say hello to him for his great work.
Yes.
Because this is,
his company is One Course company.
Exactly.
One
exactly.
Recourse.
And we say hello, of course, to all your wonderful, wonderful team. And now back to the fans, and all the fans must go now on Spotify, right around the corner. Where you find us, you put in the search box, you put T McRae, T, the letter T, McRae, MC, then Crae, CRAE, and you will listen to all his great music. And do me a favor, share it on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. More music to come today on Spotify Radio on the Culture News. I had the pleasure to have the very talented T McRae. More music to come. Stay tuned.
I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Girl, you drive me, yeah, like a brand new S-Class Mercedes, like you want me. I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Girl, you got me, yeah, staying up all night on the daily. I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Girl, we can talk late night, all night, even if I'm tired, baby. It don't really matter, babe, as long as you're on mine. I can take you out, show you at a fine time, wine, dine, late in the night time. Different kind of lover than you're used to. Plus I keep you coming back, girl, you know that you do all the time. And it's fine, cause you're mine. I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Girl, you drive me, yeah, like a brand new S-Class Mercedes, like you want me. I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Girl, you got me, yeah, staying up all night on the daily. I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Like you like the queen that you is, girl. Royal. You like the queen that I've been on one missing you lately. Girl, you got me, it's just not me. Riding around downtown, I've been looking for my baby. Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? She's been on my mind, give her all my time, give her all my love. It's a wave, it's a vibe. I don't know how you do what you do, but I like how you got me. You got me, yeah. I'ma love you like you wanna be, baby. Girl, you drive me, yeah, like a brand new S-Class Mercedes, like you want me.